Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I will talk about final exam, basic grammar semester 1, lecture Mrs. Yanti Rosmiati, made by me, Puput Amelia from English Education. Okay, on this occasion, I will present about the sentence, definition of sentence, example of sentence, characteristic of sentence, types of sentence, and functionality of sentence. First, definition of sentence. A sentence is the largest unit of any language. In English, it begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop or a question mark or an exclamation mark. The sentence is generally defined as a word or a group of words that expresses a thought idea by giving a statement or order or asking a question or exclaiming. Next, example of sentence. He is a good boy. That's statement. Is he a good boy? That's questions. And what a nice weather? That's exclaiming. Ideally, a sentence requires at least one subject and one verb. Sometimes, the subject of a sentence can be hidden, but the verb must be visible and present in the sentence. Verb is called the heart of a sentence. And then, characteristic of sentence. First, a sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a period. Second, it must express a complete thought, not fragment. And third, it must contain at least one subject hidden or visible and one verb comprising an independent clause. Next, types of sentence. They are simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, and compound complex sentence. First, simple sentence. A simple sentence must have a single clause or a single verb, which is independent and it cannot take another clause. For example, I always wanted to become a writer. There are one clause and one verb. Second, compound sentence. A compound sentence must have more than one independent clause with no dependent clauses. Some specific conjunctions, punctuations, or both are used to join together these clauses. For example, I always wanted to become a writer, and she wanted to become a doctor. There are two independent clauses and two verbs. Third, complex sentence. A complex sentence also has more than one clause, but often there must be an independent clause and the other or others must be a independent clause es. There are also some particular connectors for the clauses of a complex sentence to be connected. For example, I know that you always wanted to be a writer. Here, a dependent clause is followed by a connector and an independent clause. The other way around is also possible. And last, compound complex sentence. A compound complex sentence is a mixture of the features of compound and complex sentence in one sentence. So, it must contain at least two independent clauses and at least one dependent clause. For example, I know that you always wanted to become a writer, but I always wanted to become a doctor. Here, one dependent clause is followed by a complex connector and two independent clauses with a compound conjunctions between them. Next, functionality of sentence. There are declarative sentence, imperative sentence, interrogative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. Declarative sentence. An assertive sentence simply expresses an opinion or feeling or makes a statement or describes things. In other words, it declares something. This type of sentence ends with a period. For example, I want to be a good character. That's a statement. And I'm very happy today. That's a feeling. Imperative sentence. To make a request or to give a comment. Imperative sentence usually end with a period, but under certain circumstances, it can end with a note of exclamation. For example, please sit down and I need you sit down now. Interrogative sentence asks a question. Interrogative sentence must be end with a note of interrogation. For example, when are you going to submit your assignment? And do you know her? And last, exclamatory sentence. An expresses overflow of emotions. These emotions can be of happiness, wonder, sorrow, anger, and age. For example, what a day it was, and I cannot believe she would do that. Maybe enough of my explanations regarding the sentence. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.